Hey everyone, this is C-Rex. Apologies for the poor lighting in this video. I just thought I'd do like a quick rant sort of thing, just talking about the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con controllers, which I've been having a few issues with recently. Now the issue with them having with the controllers is they seem to be suffering from drifting, which is basically where the controller detects input even when the joystick isn't actually moving. It's been having this issue for I'd say since around the end of last year. I did buy my Nintendo Switch I think I bought it around March last year. It certainly wasn't a cheap purchase. I think I spent around £300 on it. Yeah, £300, and that's not including the I think because it was like the pack with it came with like Mario Odyssey, like a bundle, so I'm not sure if that added to the price. I think it's normally around 200 and something, but yeah, it was around £300. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, really. I think that it's not even lasted a year, and now the hardware's starting to play up. I know I'm not the only person who's suffering from this issue. Quite a few others have as well, and I kind of regret not looking up info on the Switch before buying one, because if I'd known this, then I probably wouldn't have got one. But yeah, I think it's kind of ridiculous as well how Nintendo haven't addressed this issue in any kind of way. Like, I've not seen any like news article, post or anything about it. It's just for such a big company like Nintendo to release a product that is faulty is just ridiculous to me. They should at least, I mean, you can buy replacement Joy-Cons, but they're incredibly expensive. I've just had a look on Amazon and they're around £60, which isn't cheap. And even then, if you buy a new pair, then there's no guarantee that they're not going to suffer the same issue that the previous ones did. And the best bet is to like repair them yourself with by opening them up and replacing the joystick in them. But we shouldn't be doing it. People shouldn't be expected to do this with such a big console such as this. It's really ridiculous, I think, because it just really pisses me off how they can get away with doing this, Nintendo. I mean, £300 spent on a console, yet they can't even give the. I mean, I've actually looked into how the thingies work, the joysticks. Apparently, it's incredibly. Well, it's not as good as, say, for example, an Xbox 360 controller. Like, it uses like some kind of inferior mechanism, which results in like debris and stuff being created whenever from the friction of the joystick moving about or something, which results in the drifting issue. I've owned Nintendo consoles in the past. I've owned the GameCube, the Switch, the GameCube, the Wii, and the Wii U, and none of them have suffered this issue with the controls. It's just ridiculous how older consoles. I mean, saying that, I've actually got the controllers still sitting around in the house, and they're absolutely fine. And before anyone starts saying, why don't you just use the Pro Controller? First of all, I don't have a Pro Controller. Second of all, I'm not going to buy a Pro Controller. I can't remember if that's even the name. I think I might be mixing it with something for the Wii, I'm not sure. But yeah, I won't be buying a Pro Controller because they're also rather expensive. I've not looked at the prices for those, but I don't expect them to be cheap. And third of all, I expect to use the Switch as a portable console. I think that's one of the main uses of it. And just having it just sitting around using a controller plugged into it kind of defeats the objective. I think I'm not sure how this would be resolved, really, because obviously Nintendo would have to manufacture new Joy-Cons, but they could at least, I don't know, maybe I'd say offer people replacements for free. But if they did that, then they would be replacing a hell of a lot of Joy-Cons. So I don't know. I think they could at least just offer them for sale that have just been had the issue fixed. Because, like I said, if you're going to buy a new Joy-Con pair from Amazon, they're just going to end up with the same issue with the drifting, which is incredibly annoying when you try to play any game that requires precision or anything. Where a wrong move could just cause you to die, like Skyrim, for example, or Minecraft or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I kind of, like with my console, I should have really sent it off to be looked at because it was still in warranty, but I was busy at the time and I didn't really, and I thought I'd fixed the issue by, like, I think I'd used like some cleaner or something with a toothbrush on the control sticks, and it did actually fix it for a short while, but then the issue came back with a vengeance. It's really irritating. I think the only issue the only thing I can do now to fix it is to just take the Joy-Cons apart and just replace them with the control sticks, which are actually fairly cheap online. I found them for a pair of them for around £10, and there's actually repair kits out there too. But the only problem is I've read a few reviews of these, and apparently some of them don't include the right screwdrivers you need to get into the Joy-Cons, so it's a bit of a pain. But yeah, it's kind of stupid how people are having to resort to fixing their own consoles because Nintendo can't be bothered. I mean, I think they've just announced the Switch Pro, which is kind of a kick in the face, really, for anyone who owns a Switch and they're having this exact same issue. I mean, it's just, I wonder if they'll actually fix the issue with the Switch Pro. That's what I'm thinking. Sorry, I don't mean the Switch Pro. Why do I keep adding Pro to everything? I mean this. I think it's the. I'm just gonna see what it's called. I'm just gonna open up my web browser and just check. From what I've read, it's called the new Nintendo console that's coming out. Is called. I think it's called the. I don't know. I've seen stuff people calling it the Switch Lite and the Nintendo Switch Mini, and some people call it the Nintendo Switch 2. I did have a little look at it while I waited for the interruption to go, and yeah, from what I've seen, apparently it's a lot higher specs than the original Switch, so that's great. Yeah, I don't think it's been out for it's been out for about 2 years now, the Nintendo Switch, and they're already pushing another console release. Anyway, that's beside the point. I'm just wondering if they've actually bothered to fix the drifting issue with that. And to be honest, if they have, then they've just left the Switch, that's kind of that'd be kind of a bit of a, apologies for the bad language, a bit of a shitty thing to do, to be honest. I mean, leaving the people who bought the Nintendo Switch in the dark and focusing everything on the new console. I mean, they should have done something like I don't know, some kind of product recall or something with the Switch, because like I said, it's a widespread issue and it really needs to be looked at. But to me, it just seems like Nintendo are just thinking, nah, we'll just toss that console to the side and just put all of our effort into the new thing, which is kind of a stupid. It's kind of an arsey thing to do. I do hope they do something. They do fix the Switch Joy-Cons, but I highly doubt they will. Thing is, as well, I don't recall this issue occurring with any other kind of Nintendo console. Like, I think the closest thing was when we had the Wii, and we had the original release of the Wii, and apparently it had issues reading dual layer discs. And on one occasion we actually bought Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which is a dual layer disc, and it wouldn't read it. That caused a lot of upset in the house because we just spent money on a game and the console couldn't read it. And I think that's the only thing I can think of with hardware defects in regard to Nintendo consoles. I'm trying to think now with the handhelds and stuff, but honestly I don't think there's one as widespread as the Joy-Con issue. I'm not sure if I've already brought this up, but I have looked online and you can get third-party Joy-Cons, but they're not exactly cheap either. They're around £30. Like I said, for the official controllers they're around 60, so it's not cheap. It's not cheap. So yeah, I think that's my piece for today. I do apologise for going off on tangents a bit, but I do feel as though towards the end of this I have got a bit more passionate about what I'm talking about, because at the beginning I was sometimes I get a bit nervous talking on camera and stuff like that, and it can be a bit difficult for me to find things to speak about off the top of my head. I've also got a bit of a headache at the moment, so I'm not in the best of moods, but I thought I'd do something because the channel's been a bit dead recently and it could do with another upload. I'm probably going to upload something for my other channel, Force 15 Gaming, later this week. I don't know if I'll upload anything to this one. I might do. I'm not entirely sure. Some good news though. Apparently we might be getting better. We might be getting better internet soon. Fibre broadband with Vodafone, so that might make it possible for me to start streaming again, which I really enjoyed. I enjoy it a lot more than recording games and stuff, because it's just too much faffing about, and then sometimes you get issues where the games don't record properly, or there's mic issues and stuff, whereas if you stream it's a lot more involved. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully I will see you all again soon. See ya.